Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3, back with another kicking, you guessed it, manga review. That's right, we're doing that manga Gucci. Today, this was actually free on Kindle. Yeah, this entire volume was free on Kindle, which is why I got it, because I actually didn't plan on reading this. I figured I'd probably watch the anime at some point, but with Volume 1 free, might as well, right? We actually, today, are reading Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Volume 1, Cruelty, by Koyoharu Gotoge. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'm sorry, I am not a speaker of Japanese. But yeah, this is a shonen manga adapted into a pretty popular anime, which I have never watched. Everything I know about it, I know from this volume. It's part of Shonen Jump, was released here in the West by Viz Media. It's a 2016 book, published by Shueisha, I think is how that's pronounced. The translation by John Wary, English adaptation by Stan, touch-up art and lettering by John Hunt, designed by Adam Grano, and editor Mike Montesa. Yeah, pretty cool. It's a neat book. It's about this guy, he kind of lives in a village. He sells charcoal and helps the town out with a bunch of stuff, but he and his family don't live in town. He's got like a bunch of siblings and stuff that he takes care of. And one day he goes selling his wares and his services and stuff so that he can get them some food for like a celebration of sorts, like a festival or something. And he doesn't go back home that night because the people in the town are like, you need to stay the night in town because a demon will almost certainly kill you in the woods if you go out there. And he was like, well, what keeps them from just coming into town and killing everybody? And they're like, oh, you know, demon slayers, of course. So in the morning he goes back to his home. Everyone is slaughtered except his sister, who was intentionally left alive by a demon, mixed its blood with in her wounds so that she would kind of become a demon herself. She attacks her brother. A demon slayer tries to kill her. He tries to protect her from the demon slayer, and then she tries to protect him from the demon slayer. And he's like, what's up with these two? This kid's like really clever and motivated, and this girl, she's a demon now, but she refuses to eat human flesh. She's making this choice which shouldn't even be a possible choice to make. How interesting. So he sends a letter to the master who trained him to be a demon slayer, saying that the boy should be trained. The master puts him through some trials and stuff, decides to train him, spends a couple years training, and then he fights a demon at one point before he starts his training, which made the master not see him very fondly, but took him on to train him anyways. So, at the end of the master's training, the master is like, alright, to complete the training, you have to split this boulder with your sword. And he was like, what? That's impossible. But then these two other people that the master trained show up. And they kind of help tell him what he's doing wrong and motivate him to do it. There is a kind of reveal about them, which I will not give you. I want to leave some stuff for you guys to experience, you know? Like the master's goofy Tengu mask. I'm sorry, I think Tengu masks are funny. I know you're not supposed to say that about Tengus because they can play pranks on you and kill you or whatever, but it's funny looking. That also, yeah, it's funny. It's a funny mask. The big nose is funny. I'm sorry. It just is, you know? But, yeah, so we get through the all of that, and then since he passed the boulder test, that means he was authorized to go take the final test to become a full-fledged demon slayer, which is where they go up to the top of this, like, mountain area. And the whole mountain, like, these special flowers grow on it all year long. And demons, like, can't stand these flowers. They can't get close to them. So they're trapped on the top of the mountain. So what happens is sometimes demon slayers will capture demons alive, lower level ones, and put them up on top of the mountain so that incoming demon slayers can kill them for their last trial. What they do is they put them up there with the demons, and they just have to survive for a certain amount of time. And our main character here actually appears to be one of the better ones at it. He meets this huge demon who's like a very, very powerful demon, and there shouldn't be demons that powerful on the top of this mountain, but it's because he's killed and eaten so many during his time there. He's been there decades, so he's killed and eaten a lot of people and become much stronger. Much stronger. And we see him fight our main character, but we don't see the end of the fight. You know, it gives us a cliffhanger. Mangas often do, I've noticed, which is fine by me, you know. Makes you real interested, keeps you interested, you know. The suspense. I mean, at the time of recording this, I think there's 21 volumes officially out in English. I don't know if that's like the end of it or what, but I always read the official one. I pay the money, I support it. I don't read the fan subs. The only time I would read a fan translation is if there's no official English version. There's no other way to read it. Like Kamen Rider Spirit, I think. I read that fan translation because there was no official translation. But at the time of recording this, the original Kamen Rider manga is about to get an official translation release, and the original Super Sentai manga for the first team got an official release pretty recently. So that's good. I'll definitely be reading and reviewing those, because you know I love my tokusatsu. I mean, there's a toku villain in front of you right now, so that's pretty cool. But this book was really good. It's pretty cliche. It's actually very cliche, but I don't have that much of a problem with it since it's a volume 1. Oh, but B3, you complained about how cliche volume 1 of Chainsaw Man was. Well, yeah, because volume 1 of Chainsaw Man was cliche because it didn't seem to care about its story as much. It seemed to care more about exploiting the sexual desires of teenage boys. So lots of the cliches were sexual in nature to exploit guys who aren't even adults into thinking the book is it's very weird. Even though Chainsaw Man, a couple volumes down, actually did start being pretty good. And it's actually very similar to this, because in Chainsaw Man they're devil hunters, and in this book they're demon hunters. But Chainsaw Man's set more in a modern day. This is set more in a historic time period. It's got kind of a timeless feel in this book, actually. We've also got no sexualized female characters at all. I don't think anything sexual or even romantic is even mentioned in this book at all. Yeah, there are several female characters. Not one of them is sexualized in any way. Not in any way, which was refreshing for media in general, but especially shown in manga. Christ. Yeah, that's pretty good. The art was good as well. I really liked it. And while it was cliche, its popularity leads me to believe that it's going to be pretty good. Its popularity in the States anyways. Chainsaw Man, I felt like didn't have a very big following in the States because it was only 4 volumes in at the time of me recording that, and etc. But you know, I liked this book. It was very cliche, so I was sitting there through it, and I was like, the concept of this is very similar to Chainsaw Man, but this book's obviously seems to have been out way longer than Chainsaw Man, so that's not really a dig on this book now, is it? I was also reading this. You know, it's very focused on the characters themselves, I feel like, and what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and less on action, which I think is good. I mean, bring on the fucking action. I want to see him fight those goddamn demons. Like, bring on the action. I'm down with heavy action. But you can't really feel for a character in an action scene when they get hurt or they're struggling if you don't give the character a strong emotional foundation. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they need that. I will be continuing the series. I think it was good. Very cliche, but it did stand out to me in a couple ways. I really liked the timeless feel. I really liked the concept of not having every single female character be hypersexualized, like in Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man. Oh, I don't like you, Chainsaw Man, but I'm gonna keep reading you because you set up a lot of mysteries and I want the answers. Damn it, Chainsaw Man, I hate to admit it, but you're not half bad. Watch my reviews of the first 4 volumes of Chainsaw Man, 5th incoming whenever that comes out. Once again, official releases. But yeah, I will be reviewing Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Volume 2, It Was You, at some point. I'm not in a big rush. Once again, it was cliche, so it didn't really make me latch on and be like, I have to read the next one right now, even though it was a cliffhanger. But I will eventually. There are some other manga I want to start. I've only recently really gotten into manga, to be honest. The only manga I was ever really passionate about was Ultraman, which I am still reading, still waiting on the next volume of that, 15, I believe. But yeah, recently I've been doing more. I bought Chainsaw Man. I'm probably going to read My Hero Academia Vigilantes. I'm not going to read anything I've already started the anime for, or anything that's like way too long. Like there's no way in hell I'd start the One Piece manga because that would cost me a fortune. I don't doubt that it's good. You don't have to tell me over and over in the comments that One Piece is amazing. I have no doubt. Something with that kind of following really has to be good to you know, have that. But I just really, it's just too late to start, in my opinion. That would be like trying, actually, that would be like going back and trying to read every Superman comic ever written. Like, you're not going to do it. So yeah, I plan on reading My Hero Academia, Vigilantes. I definitely want to read the Super Sentai and Kamen Rider original manga, and The Girl from the Other Side, which is a monster manga. I definitely want to check that out. It looks like it has some extremely interesting art. Really want to get into that. But that is it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Facebook, Twitter, etc. Hope you enjoyed this break from Venom books, because we're getting right back to Venom in the next video. Or, well, the next comic book video. Might do an action figure thing before then, but probably not. It's probably the next video. So that's it. Thank you all once again. See you all next time.